Now there are these terms of like connecting with the higher self and the higher mind. So is the higher mind the master self and the master presence, and the lower mind the ego?
Well, yeah, you can term it like that.
Okay.
But this higher mind, when I say master self, it means that master self is an entity that is inside of each one of us, inside of each one of human beings on the planet, and animals. And it's communicating plants too.
Yeah.
And it's communicating with itself at any point in time. Any point in time. That means when you and I are talking and we're not aware of it, it is still communicating with each other. It is it. It's just one. It's just being itself. But
And is that master presence that's in everyone, that's just it and being itself, is that, what's the relationship between that and me?
well, it's been hidden from you because you're not really seeking for it. It's...
So I think that I'm the form.
Well, there's another awareness, and that is you, that is thinking that it's having a separate experience from me. While this whole time, the master self presence is within you and within me, and is the same master presence, and it's trying to wake us up both,
Right.
to make us understand that we are both the same.
So the master presence is having a unified existence, and me, the Son of God, thinks I'm separate from you.
Yes.
Okay.
So me, or you, we are the Son of God. We are the extension of the creation of the original one, and we are kind of lost, and we think that we're having this experience in these little bodies in this little universe, and we are completely unaware of, or we don't want to be aware. We're not. If you're not looking for something, chances are you're not going to find it. So if someone doesn't tell you that, oh, you know, there is like something within you that is actually the real you, you will be like, really? I like my dream. I like my whatever I just invented here. I don't really care about going and finding something else. Why would I? I like my suffering and my joys and my happinesses and my guilts and everything in it. Until you get sick of it. And then you're like, is there anything else? And that's where the Master Soul waits. Because he's got to wait. Because it's been sent by the one that created us. God himself. And we don't really know what that is. We just know it's extremely powerful. And it's beyond our comprehension. And the only way we can comprehend it is through getting to know master presence, or self, or a higher self. You can call it higher self, but I call it master self.
Right.
And why I call it like that is because it just knows everything. It appears to know everything. As soon as I go to it, it's just like instant knowing of everything that needs to happen right now. And I trust that. Do I need to take a left? Do I need to take a right? Do I need to be still?
Okay. I guess in a sense, like, the word master self has kind of, in the mind, kind of promoted this false idea that it's separate from me, whereas the word higher self promoted this, like, oh, it's me. So is the master self me?
The master self is a guide to a bigger you, which is God Himself, which created us, you and me. So there's God, and then His extension, like His arms, is you and I. But you and I decided just to wait a second. What if I go? It's like, what if your arm right now decides not to listen to you and decides to go totally do something weird? And you're like, what are you? It's like the arm is not listening. How would you feel? And the arm is completely lost. Arm just decided to do its own very thing.
Okay.
Would you try to heal it?
Yeah.
And how would you try to heal it? So a similar scenario happened like with God and His Son, or its extension, which is you and I, where in this case we were so lost, utterly lost, that we cannot distinguish anymore where we came from. So once you meet the Master Self, that's a point of self-realization, in that very instant, you know that where you came from. And in that very moment, you know the journey that you need to take to go back to where you came from. And that journey is long, really long. And at the same time, it's very distressing, but at the same time, it's extremely like joyful, because oh my God, I found my way home. So that very instant, you're going to go back and you're going to keep on walking back home.